I really appreciate you coming out.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm glad that they put a turn lane out here because the ability to get in here quickly.
We had to have a turn lane.
Had to have a turn lane because you know the crowds are coming.
We're really excited about our new Howling Cow Dairy Education Center and Creamery. It's like a culmination of what we've been working on for the past 20 or so years. So if you come to the creamery, you can actually take a tour of our farm. You can get on a tram, you can ride around the farm, you can see the cows, you can learn a little bit about what the cows eat, when we milk them, how the milk gets transferred over to the processing plant, and how we make the ice cream. And then you can come back up to the creamery and eat the ice cream.
So it's truly farm to spoon.
The tradition of dairy at NC State goes back years and years. So the very first milk was pasteurized on NC State's campus in North Carolina, and it was done for an Army base that was just across Hillsborough Street called Polk Army Base. But for years after that, we did pasteurization research in the basement of Patterson Hall, and then it moved to Polk Hall, and then eventually in 1965, when Schaub Hall was built, they built a fully functioning dairy processing plant. In the late 70s, when we started making ice cream for the State Fair, the Food Science Club students were selling it there, and then you started to see these lines pick up, and people understood that it was a NC State agriculture product. And so people that had either been to campus, were NC State graduates, knew of it and knew that it was there that one time a year. And so for years, the only place you could get it was at the State Fair, and the lines were outrageous. And so we really wanted to bring that State Fair ice cream to main campus. So we did have it in Tally in a little shop that used to be called the Emporium. For a long time, we had like maybe 8 to 10 flavors there. And then when they renovated Tally, they put in the Tally Market, which is now our flagship store on campus. And then it has all of the Howling Cow flavors. It's been quite a change. In 1997, I came to NC State as a freshman, loved campus life. I guess you could say I've been here ever since. I have an agricultural business management degree. I started with the Dairy Enterprise System in 2003, shortly after I graduated. And I've been here ever since, working at a lot of different levels, doing general accounting stuff, all the way up to now being able to make ice cream and help direct how we treat our farm and our family and our friends when they come out to the Howling Cow Dairy Education Center and Creamery. But one of the first flavors that I rolled out there was a flavor called Cocoa Nut, and it was coconut ice cream with a fudge swirl and almonds, right? So it was kind of like an Almond Joy, I guess. It did not do well. And I don't know if it's that students just don't like coconut flavors, or if it wasn't promoted correctly, or what happened, but it was a real flop on campus. Unfortunately, it was also my boss's wife's favorite flavor. So early on in my career, I got the opportunity to open a really cool ice cream shop in the library and also cancel my boss's wife's favorite flavor.
Being a dairy farmer all my life, I've seen a lot of different dairy farms, and there's a few things that really stand out here at the NC State Dairy Farm. One is our student labor. We've got students that come here every single day, and they're learning and interacting with animals, all the way from feeding the calves to milking the cows.
So throughout our system, farm, processing plant, and the Howling Cow Dairy Education Center and Creamery is probably somewhere around 50 students work. They get a ton of animal handling experience on the farm.
Sure.
At the processing plant, of course, it's all food science all day, and then out here, the students love, scooping ice cream and talking to customers about, where their food comes from.
And this is a great experience for them as they bridge into the real world. For many of our students, it is their first position. For our veterans, they also get to work together as a team, help each other grow and learn, and really have the building tools that hopefully they'll carry forward.
So here at NC State, we have a pretty unique program in that our dairy farm and the processing plant are combined into the same entity. We can really expose students to the whole process, from milking cows to making the dairy products.
So I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina, and the biggest animal I had ever worked with was a dog when I came to college. Freshman year, I was looking for a part-time job, needed something to do, and I found the NC State Dairy Unit. Pretty much the interview was, what's your name, where are you from, what's your favorite color, do you realize that it smells and you're gonna work with cows, and do you still wanna work here? Yeah, that's how it went. And I said, sure, let's do it. And I have been working here ever since.
Being a farm, obviously you're exposed to the elements, so rain, snow, sleet, or shine, we have to milk our cows, and they have to be fed. That's the two things that have to be done every day. So we really rely, when it comes especially to students, they're out here facing the elements no matter what. So it could be a downpour, it could be 100 degrees, they're out here doing it.
Calf specialist, I get to wake up every morning, Monday through Friday. I get up at 4:30, I'm here by about 5:15, ready to go. So every calf has their own little routine going, their own little schedule, and it's like keeping up with 100 little children running around.
When people come for tours at the NC State Dairy Farm, people are really here to see the cows. They want to know what the cows do all day, and the kids always love to see the calves.
Like yesterday afternoon, we had this little Jersey that was born, and I saw it for the first time this morning. It's so short and so little. It is the cutest little calf I've ever seen.
And I have been around large animals my entire life, not within the dairy industry itself, but I have raised livestock, showed livestock growing up, and I think that's what embedded that interest in me to begin with. I started as a milker and a calf feeder, and now I kind of do a little bit of everything. I do help our herd manager with a bit of herd work at this point, and I also do my research out here, which is looking at body condition and early lactation cows. I have about 40 cows in my project that get ultrasounds, blood samples, etc., and I'm really blessed to have the opportunity to do my research here in Raleigh, so close, with the cows that I've grown to love and that I've raised from babies.
Just working with the cows, I get to kind of take what I've learned in the classroom and bring it out here and apply it to an everyday situation or an industry situation.
So we have our routines here at the farm, but no 2 days are really the same. You really have to be flexible and able to come up with a plan B real quick sometimes.
Chasing cows through a sorghum field, getting a call at 5 p.m., cows are out. Doesn't matter where you're at, you've got to go get the cows out the field before they go across Lake Wheeler Road. Yeah, I mean, crazy things happen all the time.
Flavor of the dairy products, as everyone knows here in the United States, that people love, actually starts on the farm.
We want to do our best to make sure the product that we're sending out of here is going to be the best that we can do. And a lot of that comes back to just general animal husbandry, taking good care of the animals, making sure they're healthy. That's where it all starts.
Cows have great nutrition out here, very managed, and great routines.
So here at the farm, we are milking about 150 cows. We milk them twice a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And generally we average about 70 to 75 pounds per cow per day.
One of the things that really impresses the adults is how much milk our cows give. Our Holstein cows, the black and white cows, will give us about 10 to 11 gallons of milk every day, and our smaller Jersey cows will give us between 7 and 8 gallons a day.
And all that milk goes to main campus where it's processed, and they make the different Howland Cow products that we sell. Mainly ice cream is what everyone likes the most.
We have some of the highest milk quality in North Carolina, and our cows have excellent butterfat production as well as protein, and that's a testimony to how our cows are so comfortable and they're well fed. So our cows are really, really happy here at NC State.
No matter what's going on, locally, regionally, nationally, or globally, flavor still rules. I mean, at the end of the day, people still have to have things that taste good.
The quality of the milk you can taste in our Howland Cow ice cream.
So of course, you know, our extension mission rings very loudly at the dairy farm. We have quite a few animal science faculty that also have extension appointments.
Sure.
they work with us, and then here at the Education Center in Creamery, 4-H and Family and Consumer Sciences.
So NC State plays a very large role in both the regional as well as the national dairy industry. We have graduate students that apply from all over the United States because they want to come to this program here because the uniqueness of it, that it goes all the way from farm all the way out to consumer testing and market research.
The dairy farm at NC State plays a big role in terms of research and teaching and extension when it comes to dairy production throughout the state of North Carolina.
We're an open book,
Right.
and that's that's just the way we are. It's part of our mission. We do all of these research projects on the farm, and then that is given to the dairy farmers in North Carolina to help them do a better job and to help promote dairy and animal agriculture. All of our milk, of course, comes from Lake Wheeler Road Dairy Field Labs, which is just about 5 miles south of campus. And that's where we built the Howling Cow Dairy Education Center and Creamery so that we could really bring the public to the dairy farm to see where their food comes from.
Since we opened the creamery, we've been very popular. My favorite flavor of Howling Cow changes. Currently though, I would have to say it's probably Cherry Brick Road.
My favorite flavor of Howling Cow ice cream is cookie dough.
Strawberry. It's just classic. I love it.
Most definitely Cherry Brick Road.
Chancellor's Choice is still a bestseller.
It's the original,
It's the original.
So I never get sick of ice cream. But sometimes on flavor test days, yeah, it does get a little cumbersome to try to taste, a dozen different key lime flavors in an ice cream mix.
This facility at Lake Wheeler is a real example of why NC State is a hands-on think and do university. I mean, this facility provides our students access to the animals they're studying, the process they're studying, and creating products out of the products from those animals, and it's in such a picturesque location. But what really is unique about it is it's so accessible to Raleigh. We can see the downtown skyline from here, and the ability to get the community to come out and understand what agriculture means in the context of their day-to-day life is only what many universities could dream of.
And one of the things that people enjoy doing is coming to the farm to see how their food is processed, how their food is made. And NC State gives a great tour so that people can really see all the way from our cornfields to our cows, everything that's being done throughout the process of getting that milk from the farm to the cone.
And I think it's a real cool, full circle dairy system that they can see out here. And I think that's, part of our mission here at NC State, and I'm glad that we could help to fulfill that. The roof over our head, the building that we're sitting in, 100% funded by donors and gifts from people that are very involved in the Ag Foundation and the Dairy Foundation. We have a beautiful dairy heritage museum where you can learn about all dairy husbandry, what cows eat, things that go on at the dairy farm, and we certainly could not have done any of this without generous donations from all walks of people. I mean, we have folks that give, $5 here and there on Day of Giving,
Sure,
right?
sure.
And we tried to steward those dollars as best we can to further the mission of teaching, research, and extension.
Well, it's happening, and I agree with you. I think, any university, and certainly that's true at NC State, can be very good based on the dollars that we receive from the students through tuition and from the state. But really to be great and to be impactful the way we are, these private dollars are so critical.
Yes,
So,
well, you and I talked about it earlier in that the sale of milk and the sale of ice cream, it keeps the roof over our head, it keeps the farm running. But those donations get us to the next level.
Yeah.
And they can really further some very interesting, research and extension work.
Well, you're clearly at the next level.
Yep.
It's a great thing.
Trying.